I have a new video for you guys because Landon McBroom has responded to Shyla Walker. He is claiming that everything that she has alleged has been full of lies. Landon cannot get over what Shyla posted about him and Joe, and he's here to clear his name. So let's give him a chance and get into it. As you guys know, This Is LNS used to be a channel here on YouTube. Austin McBroom's little brother Landon had this channel with his girlfriend Shyla. They posted about their life and their daughter Solene, but unfortunately they broke up and it's been a messy breakup. We've actually talked about their relationship before on my channel, and recently we talked about how Shyla called out Landon. She claims that he has been exploiting their daughter Solene, and if you guys have not seen that video, definitely go check it out, because Landon is now responding to it. He now has his own YouTube channel because Shyla took over their old one, and he's here to set the record straight. So let's go ahead and jump into it. As you guys know, Landon made a very dramatic post on Instagram about being reunited with his daughter, and he's going to start off by talking about that post. So let's go ahead and watch.
What happened today? So today we had a visitation with Solene, and it was a visitation where Solene was able to see my family for the first time in 3 months.
Because Shyla had a temporary restraining order against Landon, I'm pretty sure she protected her daughter as well from him, and that's why Landon has been kept away from Solene. But you guys will see that he's really making this video because how Shyla lashed out at him posting about this on Instagram.
And because of that, there was a lash out from the mother that was saying some kind of crazy, hurtful, false things once again. And at this point, it's just too far. Like, it's just too much. I realize that it doesn't matter what I do, that there's gonna be some type of response, regardless if there's, you know, her name's left out of it, regardless of the situation left out of it, there's always gonna be a response.
So like I was saying, Shyla responded to Landon's recent Instagram post. If you guys did not watch my original video, let's quickly revisit the post that she made. In this post, she writes that she's been beat, she has been harmed, she's had 3 attempted kidnappings on her child, which we will actually talk about the kidnappings in a second. But in a fit of rage, she also posted this photo of Landon with Joe, their videographer, and she wrote, "Stop using my daughter for clout, play with each other's butthole instead." Ew, so gross. But as you guys can see, they're doing something really freaky where they have like a cucumber like to each other's mouth, and it's definitely giving a little bit of sus energy. I guess Shyla making those posts on Instagram was crossing the line for Landon. I mean, she actually did get that one post of the cucumber deleted. I'm assuming maybe Landon or Austin or someone hit up someone at Instagram to get it removed. But let's continue with Landon's video.
So it's my time to let you guys know what's really going on. I wrote down, sorry if you guys you see me talking on my phone, because I wrote down a bunch of talking points because I want to make sure I talk about all the things that I want to talk about and don't miss it. I've been thinking about this for the last hours. I really want to make sure I don't miss anything or I ramble on, so I'm sorry if I do, but I'm going to try my best. The first thing I want to address is the restraining order. So Shyla had a temporary restraining order against me. This is just so you guys know what's really going on, because a lot of the misconception of the DMs that I've been getting have been like, he must have done something wrong. She has a restraining order against him. You can't get a restraining order without blah, blah, blah. False. I'm about to your guys' mind because I did not know this either. So with a temporary restraining order, this is what you can do. You can go right now, say a bunch of false allegations, things that aren't true. You can say, look, I have this bruise on my body from so-and-so. He's been hitting me for years. I'm scared for my life. I need help. And they will grant a temporary restraining order on the spot with no evidence of anything. That's called a temporary restraining order. It lasts 7 days. After the 7th day, you can ask for an extension. When you get the extension, that goes to your actual court date. When you have your actual court date, that's when you have to prove it with actual evidence, and that's how the actual restraining order gets instated. Like it becomes a real thing. We have not got to that date yet. A temporary restraining order is what she received off things that were not true. So she was able to get the restraining order off false allegations. Anybody is able to do this. You don't have to actually do anything wrong. Okay? So someone is illegally able to keep you away from your kid all the way to your court date. That's all I'm gonna really say about that. There was no real restraining order. It was a temporary restraining order, and that's how she was able to receive it. Anybody can do this.
There are always two sides to a story, and I think it's important that we listen to Landon because Shyla has really been putting out the information lately, and we've been going off of court documents, so it's important to hear what he has to say. But you guys know I am all about my receipts, so when he's saying, oh, I haven't done anything wrong, like I think about how when he got that temporary restraining order, you're supposed to give up any firearms that you may have, and he actually kept and held on to his firearms, which is something that I found very scary, and I think a lot of his fans found scary as well. I'm also very organized, so I have all my court filings, and here's actually a snippet right here where they talk about how Landon was given this restraining order. He was supposed to be giving up his firearms, but he did not. Here are actually images that were included in that court filing that show that I guess he had these two like weapons on him. I don't see them in the containers themselves, but this was included in that actual document. This is a little further in the video, but Landon did respond to the whole firearm situation.
Gun charges, it was said that I have illegal guns. You know, I've done stuff with illegal guns and blah, blah. That's false. That's extremely false. The gun charges was basically just saying that I have illegal guns in the house. I've dealt with illegal guns. I've done all this illegal stuff, done all this illegal activity. Extremely false. Never have I done anything with illegal.
I wish he gave us a little bit more than just like, oh, I didn't do it. Like, oh, I've never done this before. Because, I mean, they did claim that you had an unregistered firearm, which that's pretty freaky to me. And the next part of his video, I'm not going to include any bit inside of this part because he uses words that we can't say on YouTube. But pretty much he claims that he's never gotten physical with Shyla before, which is something that's also been disputed before in the court filings. Here's an exhibit from Shyla's declaration, and pretty much it's an outline of Landon getting physical with her. I mean, obviously it's all alleged, and we don't know like if it's true or if it's not true, but these claims are pretty serious, and she, like, you know, provided it to the court, so it's not like she can go and lie. I mean, that would be perjury. Honestly, there's too much talk about getting physical with each other that I believe that both of these parties probably did get physical with each other. Again, that's my opinion, but just from looking at the exhibits, I mean, she provided that whole timeline of Landon, you know, harming her. Landon also included receipts of Shyla getting physical with him. These are text messages between Landon and Shyla's mother, Stacy, and he messages her saying that your daughter put her hands on me twice tonight in front of our daughter, Solene. So obviously that's not okay. I don't know what this video is of, if he's showing like the markings on him, but like getting, you know, physical each way in any way is not okay. It shouldn't be okay. And actually Landon does acknowledge and bring up the point that, you know, men can also be physically harmed. And I have no doubt in my mind that Shyla did get aggressive with him, because I don't think he would just make this up, you know, this text message he sent to her mother. As you guys may remember, TMZ reported that Landon actually kidnapped their daughter from Shyla. This was actually really like crazy to see because, I mean, TMZ was covering the Ace family, let alone Landon and Shyla, but he addresses that situation in his video.
So the kidnapping, also extremely false. The kidnapping allegation was also about your dear friend and my dear friend Joseph, which has been Soul's uncle, Soul's godfather, the person who's watched her, helped her, cleaned her, bathed her, did a lot more for her than a videographer who lives with you should ever have to do. But he genuinely loves her and has a genuine connection with her, and Soul loves that man. So the kidnapping has to do not only with me, but has to do with Joseph. That's the allegation. So when it comes to the kidnapping is again another thing that is extremely false. Not only has to do with me, but the allegation also has to do with Joseph, the videographer, Soul's uncle. It's so false and fake, it's just like not even funny. It was really the worst one of all. Soul's never been kidnapped. I never kidnapped her. Kidnapping is fleeing with her and no one knows where you're at. Never have I ever done that. Never would I ever do that. It was just another false allegation to build her story, which never happened. Legally, I can only say so much, but if Joseph wants to speak his piece, you guys know he's not someone who's, you know, in front of the camera, doesn't really feel comfortable with that. He was also Shyla's friend, so he has a lot to battle, but I know that this whole thing really hurt him. It really bothered him. He's lost sleep over it, and I know he wants to talk about it and clear his name as well, because it's just a horrendous lie that no one should have to deal with.
When it comes to the kidnapping, I'm kind of on Team Landon here because I really don't think that he would go and kidnap his own daughter. I mean, maybe it's technically kidnapping, but also I just don't think that he's going to go and kidnap his own daughter. Like, again, like these are just my thoughts and my opinions of this situation. But I mean, he is a popular influencer. He's not going to go and get away and run away with this child. And I mean, you guys can see that Shyla's had the power in this situation if, you know, he hasn't been able to see his daughter for 3 months. So, I do think that, like, I don't think that, like, the kidnapping is as serious as maybe what has been made out to be, but it could have been, like, a great way for Shyla to get some leverage in this situation. But let's go ahead and talk a little bit about their YouTube channel because Landon talks about how all of their videos disappeared and there's just one with Shyla.
All our videos being gone. I don't think they're gone. I don't have access to my YouTube at all. I'm completely locked out to the LNS channel. I don't have anything to that. I'm just not, it's like I was never part of it, I guess. All the videos I believe are archived, and they're archived for a reason. The same person who alleged I did all these things to her is the same person who we have a recent video like this year, not that long ago, talking about we're ready for baby number 2. So having a video saying we want baby number 2 not that long ago doesn't look that good on her behalf, on her story that she's trying to sell. That's why all the videos are gone, because they paint a picture that she doesn't want to paint. That's why all the videos are gone. LNS is gone. LNS will never be continued.
You guys heard Landon. LNS will never be back. And he actually talks about why he and Shyla broke up, because he claims it wasn't because he was getting physical or none of these other issues. Let him explain.
The real reason is, it's sad to say, it's a money issue, is the real reason. Money really is the root of all evil, and it's really a money issue is really what's going on right now. Sad to say, but that's the truth.
If you guys watched the video in full, which I encourage you to go and do so, I will try to link it below if I remember. It sounds like he's referring to, like, their breakup being a money issue. Like, that's why they broke up, in my opinion. Like, when I was watching it, I thought he said, oh, like, the reason why we broke up, it wasn't even like, you know, I was harming her. It was because we've had financial issues and maybe they've been fighting because of these financial issues. But also, some people interpret it as maybe Shyla is trying to do this for money. I don't know how she would get, like, money, like, out of this situation, because even thinking about, like spousal support or, child support, I don't think that, like, her, like, stirring the pot and trying to, like, claim that there's kidnappings and things that would help her case or get her any more money. So I kind of believe that this couple fell apart because they built an empire that they could not sustain, and it all crumbled down, and this is how they're coping with it. At the end of the day, it's extremely unfortunate because they do have a very young daughter together, but I also believe that if they're going to bring it to the public, then they need to address it publicly. And I think it's a huge step for Landon to come forth and actually speak his truth. And whether it's the truth or not, I mean, I can't decide. I want you guys to comment below what you think. But I think it's important to listen to both sides, because I'm not just over here like, oh, Team Shyla. I used to think that she was a very miserable person. And then I was like, oh, when all these things came out, I was like, oh, maybe that's making sense. Like, because she's been going through these things. But at the end of the day, I also don't think Landon is as bad as what we've heard. But, I mean, I wasn't there. I'm just here reporting on it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Here is my email if you have any other video ideas for me. But let's go ahead and open a P.O. Box package item. Okay, so this package has gone through it. It's, like, open on both sides. Hopefully nothing has fallen out. I feel really bad that was like this. But it looks like it came all the way from... Where'd it come from? Oh, the UK. So let's go ahead and see. And it's from Eleanor. Oh, I love that. So let's go ahead and see what she sent me. This thing opened right up. I don't know what's going on with the packaging, but it went through it. Oh my gosh, there's a bunch of teas. Hey, look at all these different type of teas. Okay, let's go ahead and read the card real quick. So, Eleanor, oh, keep smiling, so cute. Okay, dear Sloan, I've never contacted a YouTuber before, but I felt compelled after finding your channels. Oh, both channels. I'm really enjoying your investigative journalism and your thoroughly entertaining work. You are very talented and a natural when it comes to presenting. Oh my gosh. Really? I admire your courage and your commitment to survivors. My favorite moment on your channel was when you told Kat Von D that nobody asked for her shoe line. That really made me laugh. Oh my gosh, that's an oldie. That's a really oldie. Stay brave and take good care of yourself, your boyfriend, and your sweet bunny. Oh, Eleanor, thank you. P.S. Did you guys know that? Ooh, no. So it sounds like there's a lot going on in the UK. So well. I'm gonna have to check that out. And she left her email, so thank you, Eleanor. And it looks like she sent me, like, I think this drawing here, like maybe when she's colored in, which is super cute. Little, like, what are they called? Mandala vibes. So cute. We love that. And I love how she put my name in all these stickers. Like, oh, thank you. And all these different countries and stuff. And then she gave me plenty of tea to enjoy. So thank you so much, Eleanor. I don't know if anything fell out because it did say pen inside of this. So I think maybe that, like, could be gone. But if I recover it, I will let you know. Again, like, this thing was torn up for some reason, even though you did such a lovely, like, tape job. It's like international packages, they get beat up. That's something I've noticed on this channel. When I get an international package, that thing is beat up. But Eleanor, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in a new one soon. Bye, guys.